What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And your girl is back with another video showing you how I made my fufu fast, easy and simple. So if you're here for your first time and you're not subscribed, make sure you do so and turn on your post notifications so you won't miss another upload. And for all I'm returning goodies, and I know some loving it, right? Let's cook.
In my eyes, I'm a star girl. Hey, she fit me, and she give me love plenty. Yeah, she authentic. This are the real thing, this are the plastic.
Okay, goodies, I'm going to show you how I made my fufu in my kitchen. So all of my African goodies, nobody come for me down below. Now this is how me made it in my kitchen. Now what I did was use my cassava and 2 green plantain for the recipe. Now in a pot I added quite a bit of water, and I made sure that my water was nice and bubbling, right? Let's get this fufu ready. Now when you're peeling your plantain, right, your green plantain, do not use the ripe plantain. It's not going to come out right. Try to get your plantain as green as you possibly could get it. Now sometimes I usually put a little bit of cooking oil in my hand, or coconut oil, and just rub it in the palm of my hand and then get to peeling bananas or yam or plantain. But today I'm just going to go mellow. So after you peel your plantain, you want to go ahead and slice it into your desired slices. Alright, so after I'm done with my green plantains, I'm showing you how I do my cassava. Now that's how the cassava look when you break it on the inside. You have to have that kind of a perfect knife to peel the cassava. You don't cut the cassava skin, you peel the cassava just like this. That's how I grew up and seen my mother cut or peel our cassava, and so that's how I'm going to show you how to do it. It's a trick to it, all right? So usually I chop it and then I peel it as if I'm peeling an orange, just like that. Because once you do it this way, you find that the skin comes right off. And definitely if you want to use the method of putting some cooking oil of some sort in your hand, rub it up and then peel the cassava, then it's going to work just fine. But this is definitely the only way that I peel my cassava in my kitchen. Now goodie, as a friendly reminder, if you have not subscribed to my second channel, Life is Juliana, please go ahead and subscribe to that channel. The link for that channel will be listed down below. Another thing that I wanted to point out to you, when you're peeling or when you're cleaning up your cassava, right, you want to take out that middle piece. Some people call it the heart, right? But you want to make sure that you cut that piece out because it is very hard. And another thing, if you don't take it out, it is going to make your fufu not come out so right. It's going to have a string in it and it's going to give it a color. So you definitely want to be sure that you take out that centerpiece inside of your cassava. Now, after you've done with that step, you want to go ahead and give it a nice rinse on the cold running water. Now, if you see any little black spots on your cassava, you want to be sure to remove all that. Now, a lot of people do remove that centerpiece from the planting, from the middle of the planting, because it does leave little black dots into your fufu. But I'm not going to go through that process to remove all that. I'm going to leave it as is, but be sure to remove any little spots though on the cassava. Alright, now moving right along in your pot, you want to add at least, depending on how much you're making, but add at least, I'll say 7 cups of water. I did add a little bit of salt into my water because I want to give my fufu a little flavor, so I did add that to it. And you want to just cook your plantains and your cassava until it is cooked nice and tender. Alright, there's no time stamp on this because everybody cassava is different and your plantain texture is different, so just cook it until it's nice and tender. Just cover it up and set it, and when you come back, you're going to have cassava that is nice and tender looking like that, right? Mine, I would say, took about 40 minutes to tenderize the way that I wanted to. My plantains was perfect. It looks a little bit yellow, but it's definitely green plantains for sure. Alright, so what I did though, I went ahead and I did remove the water that cassava and plantain boiling. You want to remove all of that water. Alright, pretty much like that. And then I poured it out into a container. Now this is how I do it. This is how my girlfriend told me how she makes her fufu, and it come out perfect, right? So what she did first, as she told me to do it, because this is my first time making the fufu, but I've had it before, I've eaten it before, but I've never made it. So this is my very first time making it. I kind of mashed it up just a little bit, and I added some oil to it. Add any kind of oil. Now I know you're going to ask me what kind of oil I use. I did use sunflower seed oil, just a little bit to mash it up, and then I put it into my food processor. Alright, I only put half of it because only half that my processor could take, but I did do the entire thing. I just allow it to smooth out real good. Just smooth out the thing real good. And now this is a trick to having perfect fufu, right? Because I learned the thing, goodie. I learned the thing. Now when it comes together looking like that, you're either going to add a little bit of water to it like I did, or you could add a little bit more of oil. That cooking oil, corn oil, olive oil, whatever it is, just add it to it. It is going to look like this. The texture is going to look like this. Remember, it's still hot, so it is going to look pretty much like this. And when it cools down, it is going to get stiff. And that is another thing that I found out. You want to make sure that it's very soft when you do this process, because once it's cold, it will get very hard. You want, when it's cold, it still have that stretchy feel to it. So this is what I did, and I'm going to show you my technique on how I made fufu in my kitchen, right? You might not agree, but I'm going to show you how me make it. Now, after I poured all my mixture into my container, and the texture look like that, like I said, it's still hot pretty here. You want to start to do like a folding type of a method, right? like so. It feels more like dough. It really, really does. It feels like dough. It doesn't feel like flour, but it does feel kind of a doughy feeling. The texture of it is kind of unique. Now, this is what I did. This is what I did because remember, when it gets cold, it will get hard and you don't want it to get hard. So I added the oil to it, and like I said before, I'm using sunflower seed oil. You can substitute that out. I find out to have the most perfect fufu is all about the oil. The oil. You see how that looks? That is what I figured it out, goodie. I figured it out. Figured it out. How to make the perfect fufu in the kitchen. First time, right the first time. You see how stretchy that is? I figured out when you're done mixing the thing and when you add the oil to it and continue to fold, it is going to have an elastic kind of a texture to it. It's going to stretch. It is going to become stretchy like that. Figure it out, goodie. Me figure it out. The thing felt so good. I really like the way my fufu come out, goodie. Yes, I did. Now I'm going to show you what I had with it and what I did, right? I still add some more of that oil because since I figured out the oil is a trick to the fufu, you see what I'm saying? When you add the oil to it, it smoothens the texture and it softens it up. So add oil to it, any kind of an oil that you like. The more the oil to the fufu, the better the fufu is going to come out. Your girl figure it out. Look at that. See that? Look how stretchy that is. Perfect. The thing is stretching away in texture. Oh, yeah. Okay, goodie. What I did was go ahead and wrap it up and put it into a plastic wrap. You could put it into a Ziploc bag too, but you want to lock the moisture in. Even after I put the remainder what I had in the refrigerator and I reheated it the next day, it was perfect. It was still nice and soft and it was still filled with goodness, right? So there you have it, goodie. My meal is all ready and I did have it with some curry tofu. Yes, I did do a mukbang on this, so if you didn't see that mukbang, I will definitely list that down below. And it was delish, let me tell you. Now there you have it, y'all. My version of me do my fufu in my kitchen fast, easy and simple. The thing was massive, right? For my first time, yeah, I was very impressed with it. The texture was on point. So be sure you spread all this love with all your friends and family. Bring them come over here, send them come. I am waiting. After you get done with doing that, tell me what you like to have me cooking next to my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy.